Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see fourth-year quarterback Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys as they match up with Jared Goff and the NFC champion LA Rams. I'll see you again with scores and updates at halftime. But for now, it's my distinct pleasure to hand things over to our broadcast team. It's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does. And you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cowboys take over with their fourth-year quarterback, Dak Prescott, at the helm. The passing yards, a career high last year, close to 3,900, but protection was a problem for Dak Prescott. His 56 sacks taken were one fewer than his previous 2 years combined. Prescott looks to throw on first. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, that's tough. You come in here, you dial up that pass play on the first play from scrimmage and get it picked.
And you know coaches always talk about we prepare for every eventuality. You don't even mention this as a possibility when you dial up that play, right? Instead, they throw a pick, and now they're behind the 8 ball on the road to get things going.
Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field.
Come on, 180. Watch my board. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
After the interception, here's Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Check 180. Check 55 to Mike. Coverage.
Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Renegade.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. They got a man over the middle. That's Woods. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
I do apologize
6
for
yards
that.
is the pickup, and
do
that'll
have
lead
it
to a
corrected,
third down.
and it is working.
So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do. It's not something that...
Oh, fumble. Now it's picked up. Oh, my goodness. Renegade.
And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And they've got to be thrilled to have this game still at 0-0 after the interception thrown on the very first play of the game.
They certainly do. And what I enjoyed was watching him on the sidelines because as the defense came...
Oh, my goodness.
Coverage and it's intercepted.
We have enough number. This
Picked
one
off
could
by
be
the
a
safety, Eric Weber. And he's not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
In this first half.
That pick just sets him
Oh
up beautifully
my
right down
goodness.
near the goal
We have
line.
that fumble. We're
I
going to
remember
be
being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything.
This is going to be a good game.
You play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there. Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
From 4 yards out. And the Rams are going to take a first quarter lead.
Goodness, touchdown.
Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Can't answer back.
After that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them, in plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
So we've had a couple of turnovers in the first 3 drives of the game. Finally, the 4th drive of the game. Overall, it was touchdown by the Rams.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Of the regular season. Why?
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
They will wear
Dak and the Cowboy offense heading back onto the field. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
They all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Let's see here. When Dallas plays on Thanksgiving. Who they play Thanksgiving? It's November 28th. That's 11/28. They play the Bills. So the Dallas against the Bills, they're going to be in all white. The Bills However, they have white helmets too. They are not going to be in white helmets. And they'll be in their red helmets, blue jerseys, and white.
That's going to set them back 5 yards.
Reds.
Still first down.
We didn't decide what Rams are. We'll show you at that point in time. Now we know we are going to have them in all white. So that's the only game that you will know ahead of time.
The delay of game backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
We also know the rest of the preseason, Dallas is going to be in their traditional home.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott.
Current helmets they're wearing.
They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard. 6-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9.
In the game that you saw,
despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
That's what you'll see in the remaining 2 preseason games.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
Between these 2 teams.
And the offensive starters for Dallas.
Both have the colored helmets. Both have blue on. Because Dallas is a little bit more navy blue.
Syndrome. And prior to that, he'd been to the Pro Bowl 4 straight times at center. And his return, a huge boost to the offensive line. Better to have him in uniform than coaching.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott.
That's going to be the difference.
Complete to Jason Witten. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Dak finding his tight end Witten, and the Cowboys have a 1st down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
Follows the real-life Dallas Cowboys schedule, so whoever we play that week is a real-life team plays. Real-life Dallas team plays the same team that same week. And
ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Dallas will take on the Texans, and then they will take on the Buccaneers to close out the preseason.
A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Sunday afternoon.
Someone's looking fresh, and his O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
That'll be their home opener and season opener. Their first road game of the regular season.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
When they take on the Washington Redskins.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott, and this is incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. The defense here for the Rams.
All right, partner, turn the house lights down. Turn the spotlight on bright. There he is, the best defender in the NFL today. A 5-time Pro Bowler, 4-time first-team All-Pro. That's Aaron Donald, who led the NFL in sacks in 2018 with 20.5. He's also the reigning Defensive Player of the Year 2 years running. The only other players who win 2 consecutive, how about Lawrence Taylor and J.J. Watt? I'd say that's pretty good company.
So that's that.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. They end up getting stuck twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
We're gonna pause this. I got it. Okay, there we go. Alright, so, and then
Delay of game.
Alright.
Offense.
Did not mean to do that until the game.
And that'll set them back 5.
Timeout.
Still fourth down.
Brett Maher now for the Cowboy field goal.
We'll
From the right hash, this from 48.
Down to a 4
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move. The Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League, where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D.
2 of the regular season, sorry.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
New Orleans, Louisiana, taking on the Saints. And then they'll be back in Arlington the week after that. First game in October against the Packers. And then they're on the road taking on
Golf will lead the Rams up here first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Back at home.
Over the middle, complete. That's Woods. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Which means that you have our version.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And then Dallas will have their bye week October 27th. Then that's when we'll fit a team.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
Watch the screen.
So, and then
never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
In Arlington, taking on the Vikings, and now be back on the road again for 2 games. November 17th and November 24th. The 17th
now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
The Patriots at Gillette Stadium. The Packers on taking the Buffalo Bills.
On first down, gone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, but it's going to be second down.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team? One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
Now we see a man who got a workout in last year's Super Bowl, Johnny Hecker, on to punt for the Rams. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin.
We got this.
There's 1, 2, 3.
Here's the Dallas
4,
offense now
5,
heading back out onto the
6,
field.
7,
And
8,
after the field goal
9,
last
10,
time,
11,
see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the
13,
last drive,
14,
Charles.
14,
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick.
15,
Most
14,
of them wanted to
15
end with a
14
PAT, right? In this case, a
separating.
field goal, they'll take it.
Yeah,
way
14
better than the
weeks,
alternative,
14
which is a
weeks.
punt.
Yeah, but you met
Separating
fan
the
bases
two.
that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Oh.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's going to have to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
8 weeks, or 7 weeks. 7 weeks.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That'll be on the Rams. That'll be accepted.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now after the offsides penalty.
So, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
They run the counter. Pollard. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
8. There's 8 weeks separating the
out of the gun. Here's Prescott.
Between the Cowboys and the
on the left side, he's got
Witten.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
Dallas will play both teams that were in the Super Bowl this regular season. And
they'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure
Bills
off.
and the Bears are
struggling a little bit.
The Thursday games this season. The Monday game is against the Giants in East Rutherford, New Jersey. And then they have one, two, three.
Delay of game, offense.
3.
And that'll be accepted,
Sunday
of course, so that moves them back 5.
They have,
Still 1st down.
Yeah, 3 Sunday night games.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Throwing. Prescott. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaking up down there on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back.
4. I think that was I think that was Amari Cooper that was shaking up.
The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
Elliott is now in the
Prescott from the gun. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The man with over 1,000 catches, Jason Witten, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Cooper.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
See him.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Him and Cobb will stay in the game together. They'll be on your right side, sorry, your left side of the screen.
Now
As the
Prescott
triangle and square receivers.
to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks.
Cooper and
but you try and
Caleb,
find a way to get
Cobb
back to what
and
you were
Witten.
doing
So
earlier in the drive
Cobb is still in
in
the
order
game.
to
He's on the
finish
other
this one
side
off.
of Cooper.
To the air again, Prescott. Going right side, he has Witten. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. And when I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the
There's now a
270
1-point
range.
game between the Rams and
Once he
the
gets his
Cowboys.
mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for
Cowboys
him, and he's
in
converted on both.
I like the
Franchise
positive
mode
right
in
there.
our
2 for
PlayStation
2. Got the
are
points on the
1-0.
board. The
In
negative
real
side
life,
is
the
they
Cowboys
didn't score
are
touchdowns.
1-1.
And of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes.
Cowboys
This is
taking
fielded
the
a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
This is the last 2 games in Arlington.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6.
Alright, so sorry, that's the end of the first quarter. Sorry.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Correction, is in the first quarter.
Check that guy.
Whoops, I keep.
Goff now to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
So we have 2 minutes to go.
As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
Out left, he's got it to Everett.
So
And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But the offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. A second down throw for Prescott. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
by the good catch by Whitten.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
What a pass, what a chance.
So now then, the big play
Well, way to
all the
maintain
way
it
inside
going down
the 30 now,
here
first
down
and
to the
10.
ground. Anyway,
Here's Prescott. He's got his man on the crossing route.
Sure they have been
and down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And between the last two plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
And again, it's Prescott. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
For the Cowboys. They're about ready to go back out there. And you probably won't see him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Prescott.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Todd Gurley in the Rams offense set to take over. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people. Find some other playmakers. But always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
They go play action with Gurley. Now gone. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
Who's the only time you'll see Dallas in these blue jerseys all season long? That includes, so there's no time you'll see the blue down here, so.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. What you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
11 time frames for...
Now lost it.
You don't have to.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So that's complete. Designated for college.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
In the NFL.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down now, Pollard. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
And sometimes I have a morning
game. This is an example of breaking down a
defense,
because on a lot of these
if it's a
runs,
week that they have a game in London, they'll be afternoon there, but morning here in the United States.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
If it's a morning game.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
It almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time.
Central,
this time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
Two Mountain and one Pacific. One Pacific.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
So,
out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
7:15 Central Time. And then Thursday night games. Are also 7:20.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17, following the 2 negative plays.
Fox in the NFL Network.
Prescott to throw it. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down.
There'll be a field goal opportunity for Dallas.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked
it's up, and it is
but if there's a time
good.
To force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
I think their defense is
Todd Gurley and the offense, they get set and trot back out there now. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease.
The one thing
didn't happen on that play.
And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there.
Banderas is hurt. Looks like a lower body injury that can be good.
Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back.
Cavell, he's limping. He's going to the locker room. That's not good. We'll get a word on his injury.
The Rams on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Be out of the game.
They'll try and pick up the first material. And he will handle 1st down as they get into the ground at the 37. Give them the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
During the
Line of
preseason.
scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
This is where they're going to miss some of the regular season.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, he's going to be hot.
All right, so that's not good. It's a PSL sprain. Not broken. They didn't break anything. It's just a sprain for him. Let's look at the injury report. He's the only player on the team that is out. He is out for the game. He should be able to return next week against the Texans. So, should be. That's not good for Dallas. They're going to he's going to be hit.
Or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And the rest of the game is not with Dallas.
On 1st down, Pollard, and he'll get 3 down.
As far as the Rams are concerned, excuse me, in here, they have no players injured, so they are injury-free.
34-yard
line. Nobody in franchise mode hurt up to this point. There's your draft class. But that could happen. That could change.
Got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
So
here's Prescott. And this one complete to Winton over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there, 1st down.
So that's
so in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Samson Abuka came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
A 9-yard
we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So it is 3rd down and 15 for the Cowboys.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they'll get this down to the 10.
On the other side of the 1st down marker, be a
1st and goal. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
It takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown.
As you look at some of the historic parts to the Coliseum here in Los Angeles.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Back in the
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And our attention shifts to Todd Gurley. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense has done a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now.
9 years from this year.
On 1st and 10, Goff. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it a second down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation there. The defense won the battle. Here's Austin. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Where the Rams will start. We have the ball to start the second half.
1st down, Prescott. Completes it to Jason Witten. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. That throw good for 4.
40 seconds to go. They're going to have to go.
Partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion. But he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Play time right now.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And with time running down, they go down to a knee.
All right, so we're just going to take the knee.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
In our game, still a lot to keep an eye on. Guys battling, trying to make a ball club. We'll send it back to 2 guys already on our team. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Remember, during the first,
all right, Coach,
during the preseason, we will have a preview version of halftime show, 2nd half, and then during the regular season, it'll be a breakdown of not only the game, the featured game, but games around the league as well. And note the games that we also will have on time clock.
Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
Here the Rams.
They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That defensive front four has been very good. They have just not let the running game get going, have they?
Not at all. In fact, the entire offense just looking a little bit out of sync in this one.
Yeah, sometimes this is why coaches like four-down defensive linemen, they feel like they can cover more ground when defending the run.
Second down, it's Henderson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what the scoreboard is saying.
They'll run on first down. It's Brown. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say,
go play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point.
24 to 14 ball game. Oh, that was
it's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
A 53-yard return nonetheless.
Get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little bit.
They don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They'll run it with Jackson. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
7 yards on the carry, make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And this is caught at the 8. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
If they score a touchdown, they score a touchdown.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
I don't think we are.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This one to the left to Higbee. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And it's taken in at the 9. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand.
And that is taken in by Hearns. He's got it for a Cowboys touchdown. Allen Hearns, 46 yards. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result is a touchdown.
Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, but it really wasn't because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, didn't get the benefit, did he?
But he's not going to get chewed up in film session, will he?
No, he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with him. He did his job for the most part.
Throwing here, Rush. His pass caught at the 4. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready. And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend. I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving. Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up? You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to turn things around. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter if it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
And now here come the Cowboys. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
It's got to the point when we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
Now a throw in the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. The intended receiver, Tavon Austin, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he comes back with one complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Off the play fake. Rush. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Noah Brown, 26 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out.
This one is now
and he just kept going
wide
all the way into the
open
end zone
down
for the
there,
touchdown.
right in the way with
so that drive, 4 plays, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown.
So we'll see what happens with Dallas on defense.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
With 31 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Now you're going to start to see the Rams going for it. on fourth down. Not that really matters. I don't think they can come back in this one. I think this is range for them. But
they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense. Get a couple of first downs and hopefully flip the field.
There's something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A second pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Josh Reynolds that time. And it's third down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Back now in Los Angeles. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Throwing his Bortles. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
They got it on fourth down. Remember, I said they were going to have
plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
And
chewing up big yardage. Another nice game there. This one goes for 20.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where the quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today. I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Now left side on the swing pass. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
Oh my goodness. There's a fumble and a recovery by the team that humbled.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
So they go for it.
The turnover. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
Yes, they are going for it.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They'll try and run for it with Brown. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there.
Our
Sean
version,
McVay's gamble
probably
does not
they
pay
lose for
off. And the Cowboys
in the
defense is
real
going to
life
get them
game.
the football back. Well, their
Same
first
goes for the
fourth
real
down
life
attempt
game,
earlier was
we will have
successful.
a
This
bonus
one
time before the
backfires for a
game
turnover on
to
downs.
I
honor
like
those
their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Such a sad tragedy that happened.
On 1st and 10, rush. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And hauled in by Gathers. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
On first down, it's Weber. It's a foot race. The 20. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Touchdown, Cowboys.
Mike Weber, 68 yards. And the Cowboys add on.
47.
Well, this game is definitely
14.
over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time out, went for it on fourth down. Turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down, it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for it. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Bortles. They'll find Reynolds over the middle.
They'll
get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down.
Got beat by the Raiders.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
At least 47, sorry. 4 more points.
Here's Johnny Hacker now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this will be taken at the 13. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. They will come the offense as they take over. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles. What does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance. Were they trolled this game? How they've managed to keep control. Lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And Beverly Hills are in Los Angeles.
Here's Weber. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards And he has enough time to go over the century mark.
So you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it.
They're
This
going to run
offensive
the ball
line
down.
flat out cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On second down, it's Weaver. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Tackle there by Clay Matthews.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus.
Pressure, he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Bryce Hager in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Why is the Cowboys going for it? Well, they are taking an instance where, yes, they're leading.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
In the 4th quarter. But they're trying to, if they were trailing, that they would.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Going for the deep ball. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and it's 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back and keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will narrow this, if that's even the right word, to a 30-point deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
This is fielded at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
20-point would be 37-17.
And out now come the Cowboys. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Like I said before, Dallas is going to win.
They'll run on 1st down. Weber, and he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll run again here with Weber. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Would be
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
20-point would be 37. 30-point, I think, would be 47. And that's ball game. 30-point win.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.
And that is the ball game.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points. Continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That'll do it for us until tomorrow for the Rush Hour Renegade with some more Madden NFL football coverage of Madden NFL. That'll do it. Again, the Cowboys win it 47-17. Until next time,
say good night from Los Angeles.
The YouTuber, and we'll see y'all next time. As before we wrap things up, we will show you the record for both teams going into week 3 of keep on YouTubing everybody.